All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of GearCast. My name is Travis, and I'm here with my friend Nick Depperschmidt. Nick, how are you, sir?
Good to see you. Good.
Good to see you as well. I've been seeing a lot of you lately this year. It's awesome. I feel blessed.
Trying to shoot a lot.
There you go. So you're shooting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to know, what is your match setup?
Sure.
So let's talk about your rifle here.
Okay, so have a Masterpiece Arms competition chassis.
This is the new one, right? Or
No,
the newer one?
This is old.
Oh, this is the older one. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, it has the original bubble level, not the little ball inclinator in there.
Gotcha.
So it's older one. Got an HS Precision barrel, chambered by Eric Anderson at Blue Mountain Precision.
Okay, what contour is this barrel? Because this looks like a truck axle.
Yeah, that's like an M24.
Okay.
So it's not listed as M24 by HS Precision, but it's basically an M24 contour.
Okay.
So yeah, heavy contour. Oh gosh, let's see. We have a Lone Peaks Arms Fusion Action. We have Hawkins Precision heavy tactical rings. Have a Hawkins Precision Take ST muzzle brake. Have ESC Dynamic Gear stock pad. Harris bipod, just kind of simple here. And then I have a Grey Ops CNC thumb rest on the top, so I can kind of put my hand over the top there.
That's cool. I haven't seen that in the wild, so to speak. I saw his launch on the website and stuff, but that's really cool.
Yeah, that's something that kind of really changed my shooting. I used to put my hand up here, which is the nice thing about the Hawkins rings. It has this pick rail, so you can put your hands up there. But if you get your hands a little bit farther forward, sometimes on some props or some funky positions, you can kind of really steady yourself and balance the rifle. So.
Nice. Now, I have never run an MPA before, so I don't know a lot about it, so forgive my ignorance. Is this an extension that's part of a weight system, or is it just an extension for your bipod?
Yeah, so that's an extension for the bipod. That's the spigot mount. And so this Harris has a really right stuff adapter on it, and so you can get the bipod out farther. One thing I use it for too is they have a little thing where you put your magneto speed on it, so you can actually chronograph without the chronograph touching your barrel.
Nice.
So you can get speeds and stuff like that without touching your barrel, and shoot your load development without touching your barrel as well. So
perfect. Now, zero compromise.
Yes. Oh, did I not mention that? Yeah.
Well, you did. But I want to know more about it because
Okay.
I've seen them. I've seen you shoot them. I've seen them at SHOT Show and so on and so forth. But why? Why zero compromise? What is it about this optic that you love?
Yeah. So it's pretty new to me actually. Still, I really like it. The glass is just phenomenal. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more hits. I'm seeing a lot more, splash on target and things like that. The turrets are great. I mean, it's just. The fit and finish of that scope is just amazing.
Okay, what power is this optic?
It is 5 to 27.
5 to 27.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I see you got the Hawkins little cover here for the cheek riser.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit softer.
That's a little custom stuff.
Custom
It's a little custom.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Vertical grip.
Yeah, that's the regular grip that comes with the
comes with
MPAs.
it, right?
Yeah, and so that comes with I think all the chassis basically, and I really like that. I have small hands. I'm not a particularly big guy, and so that really helps me get my finger on the trigger, do that Vallejo press,
Right,
90 degree.
Speaking of triggers, what trigger are you running?
Oh, definitely got to. Yeah, so that's a Bixen Andy Taxport Pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it about the Bixen Andy that you chose that over everything else?
So I've owned that Bixen Andy for probably 3 or 4 years now, and I've never once had any issues. You can clean them yourself. I've never had to clean this. And they're just rock solid. They have a really crisp brake and really dependable, really reliable. Guys at Bullet Central are really good. If you have an issue, one thing that's kind of cool about them is you can adjust the sears. And so let's say you're running I also have a mounting field and it needs a low sear for it to have good sear engagement, or like a Lone Peak or an Impact would have like a medium or something like that. If you have a big horn, you can put a low in, and so it gives you really good sear engagement. It really gives you really good ignition. And so it should help your accuracy.
Customability of it makes it very modular.
So lowers your clock on close, so you're not like jamming that over when you're closing, so you can be slow and smooth. And so there's a lot of adjustability. Really like them. They go low, they can go high as far as pull weight, and you can adjust your sear engagement. So it's really adjustable, really customizable.
Nice. Now, beautiful setup. What caliber are you shooting?
Shooting 6 Dasher.
Okay.
Shooting 105 hybrids. And
a lot of guys are shooting Dasher this year. Why are you shooting Dasher over the BRA or the GT or whatever,
Yeah.
all the other cartridges out there? Why Dasher?
I shoot a Dasher and also shoot a 6BR, and it's because it's super easy. basically.
Explain easy. I mean,
yeah, easy.
Well,
so,
what does easy mean? I mean,
Yeah.
Easy to me is I'm going to go buy it off the shelf. That's easy.
Sure. Well, that's the one thing. You can buy alpha dasher brass, but if you don't, you have to fire format, so that's not as easy.
Right.
But it's really easy as far as low development. It's just inherently accurate. It's always consistent. You'll always shoot teeny tiny groups unless you've done something terribly wrong. Really, you know.
So that'd probably be me.
Yeah, and so it's really easy. It's really, I mean, you do probably have to use a mag kit to make them feed and maybe tune your magazines, but they're very accurate. They're very consistent. If you don't run them over pressure, you're not gonna have any issues at a match like this for 2 days of shooting like 200 rounds.
Right.
And you're just gonna have easy accuracy, easy consistency, and then it's just really down to you.
Okay. Now I see a couple of different accessories up here. You have a couple different bags.
Yeah.
Okay, explain.
So this is all I bring to a match with me. Is I bring my pump pillow, which is original pump pillow I've ever had, Weebad pump pillow, and then I run the Weebad wax canvas mini fortune cookie.
Nice. Custom embroidered, look at that.
Yeah, you can get custom embroidered from Weebad, that's nice. And so the reason I run just about 95% of my stages with this wax canvas bag. Sand filled, so when it sits down, your heavy rifle sits on this heavy bag and it's really rock solid. I found when I went to this, I probably took like 2/10 of wobble out of my positional shooting just moving to this sandbag.
Wow, so it's a big difference going to a heavier bag like that.
I think so. Like the heavy sand-filled bags, I think is a no-brainer as far as using them. You know.
Awesome.
So.
Then we go over here to your Kestrel.
Yep, Kestrel 5700 Elite with the 5 ballistics.
Okay, and you have a clock in here.
That's super custom kind of work.
I see that. That's super custom. Why did you do that?
Well, I'm just a slow kind of fella, you know. Do things slow. I think slow, and so when I'm trying to figure out my wind direction, this thing kind of blows in the wind, and I can figure out that if the wind direction is 8 o'clock or 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and it helps you kind of figure out where the wind direction is without having to like.
So it's a cheat sheet.
Yeah, I mean, I just like things to be simple.
But what if I do that?
Well, you kind of got to figure it out.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Magazine. What magazines do you run and why?
Yeah, so I run AICS magazines with the Primal Rights kit for the Dasher, and because they flat run, they don't feed poorly, they don't malfunction. You get dirty because we're in Oklahoma right now and it's dirty.
Right.
It's dusty, and so they feed and they just run. And then I've just got my Bison Tactical mag holster here, so if I do have an issue, I can quickly go and grab one mag. And
do you carry this at your 3 o'clock or your 6? Where do you carry it?
Yeah, right here on my left side.
Okay.
So I'm left-handed, but I shoot right-handed.
I was gonna say, okay. So if you carry it on your left side, but you're shooting a right-handed rifle.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you shooting a left-handed rifle?
I'm right-eye dominant.
Okay.
So I had to basically relearn how to shoot when I figured that out.
Advantage, disadvantage?
Weak side stuff is, I think, easier. Okay. So, but I did have to relearn kind of how to shoot. I didn't grow up shooting, so it was kind of, I just found out when I was shooting shotguns that I couldn't hit anything left-handed.
Gotcha.
So I had to retrain how to shoot like 4 years ago. I shoot right-handed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. And then we got some Vortex binos. Tell us about these. What are
these are Razor HDs that were generously donated by Vortex for Top RO like a year or two ago in Craig.
Yep.
And I've been using them ever since. They're really great glass. One thing about the Vortex stuff, and this is why I have them over some other brands, is because I've probably blown over, you know, tripods and broke probably 2 pairs of binos and a bunch of other stuff. And so I know if this blows over a cliff, Vortex is going to take care of me, fix it. And the glass is amazing. I like binos because you can get a really good field of view.
Right.
So you can see targets and pan. I usually shoot on like 12, 15 power. So these are 12s. And it kind of simulates what I'm seeing when I'm moving through the targets. And then I've got this Really Right Stuff bino.
That thing is so awesome.
This thing is amazing. I can't, honestly, like I wish we would have thot of it at Hawkins Precision because it's so...
It's simple.
It's simple, but it's so smart.
Yeah.
It's
one of those things that you're like, duh. What?
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
Right?
Yeah. And so this hooks to my tripod, and it's super solid. I was in New Mexico. My tripod blew over, and I knew that if my binos were broke, they'd fix it. And I knew that I had broke a couple mounts on this.
Right. And Vortex is not one of those brands that breaks easy.
No.
But when they do, if they do break, if there's an accident, they take care of it like quick. Especially if you're just getting into the competition side of stuff. If you say, hey, something happened, whatever, Ashton kicked my stuff and it fell over and snapped, if you call them and tell them that, they're gonna say, okay, we're gonna have one out to you before next weekend, before your next match. I mean, they're that good and awesome about it. And I've had some competitors that we've worked with, and they're like, yeah, I sent it out and I had next Tuesday. I was like, there you go. That's why Vortex is like way up here with me. They make great class, they make everything, but their customer service, their team, Nick over there, another Nick over there is awesome, just Nick's awesome. So
yeah, that's the big thing for me is I like to support the people that support the sport.
Right.
So I'm with Hawkins Precision. We try to support all the shooters. All these companies here support the shooters, like MPA and HS Precision and WeBad. They all support the shooters. And like I said, I picked this up for being an RO at an NRL match,
which is huge.
Yeah, and I use them all the time. I use them for hunting and everything. And that's these are about $1,000 binos, but it's an amazing thing to pick up and use, and I use them all the time. So.
And so thank you to all of the sponsors out there that support the sport, the NRL, PRS, Competition Dynamics.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different series out there. Thanks to sponsors for all the help with all of that. What else are we forgetting? Anything here?
I know that's kind of my main setup here for sure. Yeah,
beautiful
really.
rifle.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll see.
I'm sorry I don't know more about MPA, but I just never had the opportunity to play with one. Maybe I can kick you off to be a match director one day, and I'll come play with your rifle.
Yeah, that sounds like a deal.
All right, so this is a question I've been asking everybody on the show.
Okay.
All right, the show's brand new, so thank you for being here.
Oh yeah.
You and I are on a road trip.
Yeah.
We're flying to Australia. We got a private jet.
Yeah.
We got some oil rig money coming in or something, right?
Sure.
We're flying to Australia. You say, damn it, Travis, I forgot XYZ product. Not your rifle.
Okay.
XYZ accessory. We got to turn around. What are we turning the jet around for?
My Kestrel.
Your Kestrel.
Yeah.
Can't leave home without it.
Oh, yeah, I love my Kestrel. I mean, it takes something that's easy for me, right? If you plug in the right information, especially for like a 105 hybrid like I'm shooting,
right,
it's gonna pop out the information. Like I'm from Colorado, so we're shooting up in higher elevation now. We're down in Oklahoma. I laid down and they had a small target at 1,000 yards here today.
Right.
And it's just bang bang.
And the great thing about your Kestrel is you can program it for multiple different rifles or calibers, right?
Yeah, actually, that was kind of funny. I was laying down on the line and I had my Bluetooth on my Kestrel on, and Lou Smith beamed his 308 onto my Kestrel, and it, so I ended up having, next, it was kind of.
He was trying to sabotage you.
He was trying to sabotage me. I was like, what is going on with my gun? I had to add I was a mil high shooting because he had his 308 in there. But yeah, so you can have multiple guns in there. So like I take that hunting, I have my 6-foot PRC in there, I have my 6BR that I practice with, I have my 223 that I practice with in there. And so yeah, you can, as long as you have the right profile, you're good.
You're good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your time being on the show. Thanks for the knowledge. Thank you for sharing your gear with all of our viewers. Guys, thanks for joining us on the show. Stay tuned as we have more episodes coming up. Until next time, be safe, keep shooting, and we'll see you all at the range. Take care.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, baby.